Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Today I'm reviewing Tuf Glide lubricant. Is this possibly one of the best lubricants for your pocket knives, fishing reels, and firearms? Well, let's find out. Tuf Glide possibly one of the best available lubricants for your pocket knives, fishing reels, and outdoor firearms? Well, I'm going to talk about this and review and show you what my experience has been with this. But before I go on, if you wouldn't mind just taking a moment and hitting the subscribe button, just scroll down a touch, hit that subscribe button. That makes it easier for me to bring this information to you. Thank you very much for clicking. So Tuf Glide, you may have seen a couple of different products on the market to better lubricate and make your knives work better, your fishing reels spin better, your firearms stay looser, and all such sort of things. And I want to show you what my experience has been like. So one of the challenges is with knives, say like a spring assisted like the Zero Tolerance, or a fully automatic knife like the Benchmade Striker, or even a fully manual knife like the Gerber Evo Mini or Junior. Each knife is eventually going to get gummed up in the works, where the actual hinge where the knife moves is going to start sticking. Now, with a standard knife like this, you probably won't know until you feel the sort of feel. On the Zero Tolerance spring action knife, you'll definitely notice over time, again, goob will get into that joint and it will make the knife open slower and slower. But the one where I really notice it the most is on the Benchmade. Eventually, I notice that my Benchmade starts to open really slow. It'll go shh and just barely lock, click. Now that's not a failing of the knife. That's simply the goob from your pocket or your apple or rope or dust or grit or whatever will start to get into the joint of the knife and will slow it down until it makes it very difficult for the knife to open. And especially if you have a spring assisted knife, this is really everything, because the whole point of having a spring assisted knife is to be able to open it quickly, cut rope or boxes or whatever you need. And the same thing with this. So when you buy a bottle of Tuf Glide, it comes into this tiny little container. I think it's 1/4 of an ounce. Now it seems like, oh, this is not a lot, I'm going to need more. You don't need more. Believe me, 1 or 2 drops of this product definitely does a good job. Now, full disclosure, I am not sponsored by Tuf Glide. Tuf Glide doesn't know me. They don't send me money, products, or anything for doing these reviews. I just bring these reviews to you. So if you want a particularly good solution, now you can use WD-40, and that's particularly fine, but this creates a waxy coating that actually seems to last a lot longer and doesn't pick up the grit that WD does on this knife. So when you buy this, you'll see that it comes with a handy pocket clip. So I suppose if you work in a knife shop, you can put this in your pocket and clip it on there, but I think that's kind of dorky, so you probably don't want to do that. But it comes with this little plastic lid that slips off, and my pocket clip, of course, is on there, so I'm going to pry that off. There we go. And it comes with this little needle dropper. Now this needle dropper, you'll pull off this cap, and it comes off there, and it is just a straight hole. It's not a hypodermic where you can stab yourself really or anything like that. It's pretty thin, so you just don't want to lose this cap. Also, it is possible to bend this needle, so you absolutely do not want to lose this cap. So if you're throwing this into your fishing gear or your toolbox or whatever, you want to keep the cap, because you break that needle, this stuff will pour all over the place. Not speaking from experience or anything, right? So I'm going to show you what the functionality of this lube is here. And you just literally, into the joint of the knife, I'm gonna put that on there. You literally, whoa, here's a single drop. Put a single drop in one side, a single drop in then the other. And now I'm going to open the knife. Whoa, already opened much faster. Okay. Now I've had my Benchmade goob up a couple times, but I just put another drop or two in there. We'll take the safety off. And there we go. All of a sudden, just that quick, my knife is actually opening faster. So that's one thing, you spend a couple $100 on a really nice performance knife or military type knife, and all of a sudden starts getting slow. Now, one of the things is when you put the drops in there, you're going to want to work the knife quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is hopefully not hack my hand open on YouTube, because that would be cool. So I'm going to put another drop in the forward. There we go. Maybe just put a couple more drops in there, and then inside there. So really just trying to get that lubricant in there. And once you get that lubricant in there, you start moving the knife, and you can hear, let's see if I put this by my microphone. There we go. Okay, so now I can feel it's a little bit more aggressive on the opening. There we go. So if I put it even halfway down, almost makes it. There we go. So I put it all the way down, and the knife flips open. Now there is a little bit of grit in there, and what will happen is that Tuf Glide actually dries. This Tuf Glide will actually eventually dry, and it also inhibits rust, which is really nice. So the Tuf Glide actually dries and creates a film on your knife in the inner mechanism to prevent more goob from getting in there, which is really nice. So I'm going to do this on my zero tolerance knife as well. Just put a little bit into that hinge there, and we'll do it left-handed. I can't really do that left-handed. Have to do it right-handed. I don't know why. So we'll open this halfway. You can see just a little bit of the lubricant on there, and I've got pocket lint and such, but that's not too bad. Maybe just put a drop or two more. Now that's the thing about this lubricant, is you really don't have to use it, but very sparingly. If you use your knife a lot, then sure, it's pretty handy. But I gotta tell you, this is something, this will take a little bit to lube in. There we go. Okay, nice. So that's the thing about this type of lubricant. It actually takes a little bit to work into the mechanism and do that. Now, if you open your knife and you hear this, you've got sand in there, you're going to actually probably want to take your knife apart and clear that sand out. Tuf Glide will not clear sand out of a blade. I mean, I've had grit in this poor little guy before and hear this like, oof. So you actually might have to take the knife apart and get the sand out of there. You might be able to blast it with WD or something just to pressure wash out the knife. But you put a drop or two in here, and then work it, and maybe put another drop in here, there. And you can see this 1/4 ounce is going to last an absurdly long time. I have quite a few knives. There we go, and you can see it on the blade there. So I'll just get a little paper towel corner and wipe the blade off. And this is especially important because I do cut food and such with the product. So you don't want to ingest this lubricant because, well, you don't want to ingest the lubricant, that's for sure. But you always just want to clean off the knife blade a little bit just to make sure you don't have any goob on there, and it certainly doesn't hurt to clean off the stainless surface. But so far, of all the knife lubricants I've tried, Tuf Glide has definitely worked for me. So definitely check it out in the link below. Some people say, oh, it's terrible. I don't know, 4+ stars on Amazon, so not too shabby. If you want to try a different product for very inexpensive, this is the one that I've used quite often and been happy with. My name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Please like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. Please hit that subscribe button. It makes it easy for me to bring these videos to you. Also, please support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.